Hello and welcome back into the White Sox franchise. We are here at Season 2 officially at opening day. And we are going to get into this game against the Oakland Athletics. As off stream, I brought in just a bench piece in Garrett Hampson to come be my speed guy, defensive replacement. And also be able to come in, be an everyday guy against lefties, especially with that speed. I feel like we needed it. Alec Thomas isn't consistent enough against both sides of the plate, I feel like, to stay in the major leagues right now. So, Evan Carter's our full-time center fielder right now, and we are going to go right into opening day here, as we are going up against the Oakland Athletics at the Coliseum, and it should be a good one. We got Kopech versus former All-Star Paul Blackburn. And as we look over the lineup, we see Tim Anderson, Evan Carter, Gavin Sheets, Jake Berger, Benintendi, Olivares, Colton Wong, Andrew Vaughn, and Sebi Savala as the starting lineup. And right into it we go, as I'm looking forward to seeing all of the projections and everything else that comes with opening day, as we get right on into it. You hear the national anthem, and we have a lot of things to look forward to. They show Yuri Ruiz, somebody we might be very interested in bringing on to this team at a later date. Give us an everyday player that can maybe steal 40 plus bases each season. But into this we go. We'll have Tim Anderson leading us off eventually, with Evan Carter batting after him. I wanted him to get a bunch of at-bats this season.
So the Chicago White Sox, with a gloomy outlook heading into the season, definitely
as we look at the projections for our lineup, they expect Tim Anderson to hit 304 with a 784 OPS, Jake Berger 24 home runs, and Evan Carter is expected to lead in RBIs with 77. Tim Anderson 19 stolen bases, and it looks like our second year player Evan Carter is gonna lead us in WAR by the projections. And as we go through this season, get closer to the All-Star break, we can make our decision on whether we want to sign him to an early extension or maybe wait a couple years. But the earlier we sign him, the cheaper he'll be in 8 years plus from now, whatever it will be. But Paul Blackburn now for the Oakland Athletics, a guy who's been there for a while, used to be with the Rockies, I believe. 33 starts last season, so he stayed healthy as well. And now we got Tim Anderson leading us off here officially, as Oakland has a full stadium here at the Coliseum to start year number 2 in 2024. Nice to see the Coliseum full of fans in this game, because even if we jump in during the regular season, during like the middle, they don't have a lot going on, it feels like. As Seth Brown makes a nice play over there at first, we'll see our projected averages for the season. Evan Carter 251, Benintendi a 278, Andrew Vaughn a 251, just to highlight a few. Some of the guys on the bench, I would be very eager to see what the projections would be for them. I wish we were able to actually look into more. But we see down low that we come into the season leading with top 10 prospects. Some of them, like Evan Carter, will graduate from the status. Maybe Jake Eder as well, who's now our long reliever. But We also have guys like Arnold Kondo, who's a 50 overall, but he has a 92 potential, so he's on the top prospect list, even though he is very, very far out. As that is a very nice cutter thrown by Blackburn inside, swung and missed, and we got a 1-2. But in AAA, we basically have an entire lineup of guys that I will eventually be bringing up. As Evan Carter hits it hard enough to get knocked down by second base, but he's able to get to first. As there's our first hit of the season. Evan Carter, funny enough, gets it. And now Gavin Sheets hits here for his first time. And projected war leaders, Judge, Trout, and Juan Soto. Stephen Kwan is projected to lead in average. Very interesting. Corbin Carroll, Xander Bogaerts as well. Does not have Tim Anderson at his 304 projected. But we look to get on the move here with Evan Carter. Not a great jump. Kind of had to protect the runner, basically. Wow, we see Giancarlo Stanton is projected to hit 40. I don't know about that one. But 0-2 now to Sheets. Watches the 12-6 drop out of the zone a little bit outside. 1-2 count once again. But here's the pitch. And that is hard hit. That's deep into the gap. It looks like Ruiz watches that one fly, and we have an early home run with Gavin Sheets. 417 feet, 105 off the bat. As we get to Paul Blackburn early with back-to-back hits. Big fly for Gavin Sheets. And that was a high fastball, just left a little bit in the zone. We see him very unhappy as he watches that one fly out. And now Jake Berger steps in, 2-0 in the first inning here for the White Sox. Starting out season 2 with a bang. As Gavin Sheets, we look to get his overall hitting a little bit better, get him the opportunity to progress a little bit more. Shohei on the Pirates is something I will definitely have to get used to. But he's definitely playing at one of the best stadiums in baseball, so I can always appreciate going into PNC Park, playing against the Pirates now in this, especially during interleague play. But Jake Berger flies that one out to Ruiz in center. Catch is made with 2 outs in the top of the first. And now Benintendi steps on in. Hit 287 last year with 54 RBIs. Looking to have him probably in the 5 spot a lot of the time. Puts the ball in play really well, so I'd like to have runners on base for him potentially. But that is popped up. Play is made. But Gavin Sheets, 2-run home run to start the scoring for us. And we are into the bottom of the first. Kopech is looking to start his year strong. That would be very nice considering he has struggled so far, you could say.
And even if you pitched well in some of them, the fact that that loss is hanging on you the day you took the mound.
Into game we go. Yuri Ruiz steps to the plate.
And for him, this is just one more thing.
Takes the first pitch. I'm very interested in potentially bringing him in as a guy that can steal 40 plus bases, maybe have like a 260 average, and really patrol that leadoff spot in center field. But 2-0 to start the bottom of the first. Ruiz hits it out to Carter in center. Easily makes the play. There's one gone. We see their projected averages. Ruiz at a 230. Brent Rooker 246.
Yeah, you don't want to let this deficit
Joey
get
Votto at
to
a
your head, and you're
214,
trying to
shocking.
just make up the difference with one
But
swing, and you really don't have the
they don't
base runner
have
on.
anyone
You've got to
hit projected to
contribute,
hit
keep the
over
line
250.
moving,
It looks
and all of a
like.
sudden you have
Wow.
a big inning, everything shifts, and you find
As
yourself
that's
in the driver's
taken
seat.
outside to start by Jace Peterson.
Takes ball one.
Circle change just wasn't able to find the zone.
Next pitch
And
misses outside.
fastball
Down
just
2-0.
like it. Ball 2.
Left-hand batter waits.
Jace. Good
Pitch
batter
misses
against
there. 3 balls,
righties,
no
not
strikes.
so good against
Just 2
lefties.
pitches
I was
in with
looking
not
at
very sharp of
some
a
depth
mound.
guys on the
When you
Athletics,
score
and
some runs for your pitcher in that
if I
first
wanted to
inning,
bring
you
any
really want
in,
him to come out and shut that
ultimately
other team
passed
down
on
so you
that.
guys can get back in the
But
dugout and swing the bats. You've obviously
there's
got
a
some
walk,
strengths
and they have a runner on base with one on. Brent Rooker, coming off an okay season, 80 RBIs, 265 average. He has very good hitting stats, and
It's 1-1.
he didn't have so much outfield depth. I might look to bring him in and try to boost him and get him to have a pretty nice power back career.
Good eye right there.
But he watches that one low. Ball 2, 2-2 count now.
So here we go. Base runner
Curveball
first,
in the dirt.
be running on
Full
the pitch.
count now.
Get enough speed to steal the
That's
bag
going to
and
be
get in scoring
popped.
position, even if
Olivares
it's just
going
swinging
to
and
his
missing
right.
plate.
Olivares brings it
Makes
in
the
with a
play.
nice
Throws it
line
on
grab.
in. Nice dot. 2 outs now for Kopech as Rooker flies out. Now Seth Brown takes one in the dirt, and that'll advance the runner to second.
He's into scoring position with 2 gone on the wild
As
pitch.
Peterson advances on one in the dirt.
Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul
2
ball.
outs, runner at second. Seth Brown trying to start his season on a positive
That
note.
one foul.
Pulls that one foul. 1-2 still.
Got him looking
Takes
for the
that
edge.
slider
Throws it
back
with a
into the
backward
zone.
slider.
And we are done with the
Oakland,
first
they trail
inning.
things
As
here,
Kopech
2-0.
has a decent
Back in
inning,
Oakland,
walks
and
one,
now
has a
right fielder,
strikeout.
Olivares.
As Olivares now steps in, as he's somebody I brought in. Maybe
In the
get
air,
him to
out
another
towards
team at the
left
deadline,
center.
or he can
Ruiz
hits well and
pulls that
continues to
one
grow
down.
with us
Here's
as
one down.
B potential, 28 years old. So there's definitely some room to grow with Olivares being a 75 or so overall as well, 72. But now Colton Wong steps in, low speed, super good bat, especially for second base. Only he was faster. 35 speed is not that quick, especially on the defensive side. Circle change inside, we half swing for a strike. But we're going to be going through all of the levels, of course, during the regular season, getting player lock games and everything else. As that is flared into left, dropped on in. Colton Wong's got his first base hit of the season. On pace to hit 1,000. Good for Colton Wong. But now Andrew Vaughn steps on in. I wish it would show the projected record for us, even if we weren't in the playoff hunt down below. But it is what it is. But I project us to probably get around 75 or so wins again. But we have some good pitching depth, bullpen wise. We have a few guys in the minor leagues that can get called up at any time if they play well, and we have other pitchers not pitching well. So we have some movement that can happen on the outfield side, the pitching side, as we foul that one away. Couple errant swings as I've swung it all 4. 0-2 though with a Wong at first.
Foul ball still 0-2.
Good late cutter right there by Blackburn. Trying to fight back and have a better inning than the first here. 0-2. And that is swung and missed. Andrew Vaughn strikes out. Zavala steps in and we'll see if he can do a job. But he was one of... Oh, as he gets plunked. It'll be first and second now, Tim Anderson. But Zavala was a very nice average catcher for us. Did his job as Tim Anderson will ground that one to third. The play is made to first, and that will do for the top of the second, as I swung on something that I shouldn't have. Fernando Tatis is the #1 projected fantasy hitter this season. Very interesting. I bet those stolen bases will help him. I don't think we'll have anybody in the top 10. But into the second we go as Shea Langoliers starts 1-1 after watching one and fouling one. Watches strike 2 down the heart of the plate. 1-2 here. Trying to keep the streak. Hey, good job, Kopech. Trying to start the season hot. As been around a 5 or so ERA his whole career so far, so we're just looking for some improvement. Some signs that he is progressing, regardless of what the attributes say, because attributes can only do so much if their play on the field is not good. But 2-1 here to Connor Capel. Watches that one low for a ball 3. But Kopech has been kinda all over the place. There we go again. Second walk of the day, and it's the second inning. Votto watches first pitch fastball for a ball. Swings through that slider for a strike. And 1-1 is low for a ball. But Joey Votto is a guy that you can always fear no matter what. He's always had an elite level of vision. And that's going to be an attempted steal, and he's going to get absolutely hosed by Sebi Zavala behind the plate. As he is gunned down, tries to take that extra step. It was not enough, as Capel gets thrown out, and it's a 3-2 count now with the open base for Joey Votto. And he's gonna smash that deep to the gap, and gone. Right next to where the fence goes higher. As Joey Votto hits another home run in his legendary career. We just put one in the middle of the plate, and he hammered it. It's that simple. Good for Joey Votto. Somebody I watched just murder teams growing up, getting on base a ton. As he smacked that. Would have been off the wall if it was hit a foot to the right. But in we go, Kopech starts. Aledmus Diaz with a ball right on the corner on the slider. Could have gone either way. And that swung through for a strike by Diaz. Again on the 1-1 is swung through to make it a 1-2 count. And that is back-to-back home runs by the Oakland Athletics. As a hanging slider gets put into the left field bleachers, 404 feet. And just like that, it is a tie ball game. God damn, I did not expect that. 2-2 now. Oh, okay, Kopech. Maybe it's going to be another one of those seasons. I guess we will see. That does not get the call. Almost, though. 2-1 to Jordan Diaz. And he watches that one. Jesus Christ, Kopech. You just don't have it. As that's hard hit to Jake Burger. He makes the play, and after back-to-back home runs, we're able to get out of it. You see that one go middle of the plate, ripped right past the high fence, and that slider hung. Jordan Diaz, or Aledmus Diaz, could just watch it fly. But now Evan Carter steps in for his second appearance of the season. Top of the third inning, 2-2 game. Paul Blackburn trying to keep his team in it. Ties up Evan Carter with the first pitch cutter. Good pitch. And there's a circle change dropping out of the zone. Kershaw looks like went to the Cubs, getting strikeout number 3,000 this season. And that 0-2 is outside for a ball. But 1-2 to Evan Carter, trying to get on base once again. Had a single up the middle that was tipped by the second baseman. Watches that one inside for a ball. But as I am making this, we are into September baseball, as a dotted pitch by Blackburn there just ties me up. And now Gavin Sheets is up. But there's been a lot of prospects in real life to come up, down, and try to make a name for themselves. And that's been really cool to see. But Gavin Sheets takes it inside for a ball, trying to have another good at bat. Hit a home run to the right center field last time. And that's going to be flared to left. Dives and cannot make the play. Right off the glove. Gavin Sheets will start the season 2 for 2, and Jake Berger steps on in. That was a very close play, almost made, as Blackburn's cutter basically is a slider at 87 with a lot less dip. Up 1-0 now, and that's going to be out to center. Easy play for Ruiz. And there's 2 outs here in the top of the third. And Benintendi steps on in, trying to get his first hit of the season. A guy that I always want to hit 300. But he's always around that 280 mark, 290. So that's always good enough in my book. But 2 outs here with Blackburn. As that's going to be taken, and that'll drop, and we'll go first to third there. As Benintendi gets his first hit of the year. First to third for Gavin Sheets. And now Edward Olivares with an opportunity to drive a run in.
And first offering is fouled off.
Behind on the sinker, fouls it off. Trout's projected 48 home runs, 112 RBIs. Wow. Speaking of Trout, a report just came out that the Angels are open to trading Trout now. Is it because Ohtani is leaving? If you knew they were both Ohtani was going to leave, why not just get the highest return on investment possible? And if Trout is really up for the move, where the hell is he going to go? And what would they even accept for Mike Trout? Injury history over the last 4 years has just not been anyone's friend. As Esteury Ruiz grounds that one past second base into right field.
Now it's Jace Peterson. He reached on a walk.
Jace Peterson now. We got a watch of the steal with Esteury Ruiz on first. Guy who can always swipe a bag, has the highest possible speed in the game. Always want to be careful of that. And that is a circle change, fouled right at the plate. 1-2. Circle change, he gets Jace Peterson looking. We got 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Brent Rooker steps up. I feel like he could be going right now. take a throw over. And I'm wondering next year how the new rule changes and everything are going to be implemented into the show. Brent Rooker was claimed off of waivers in 2022. That is crazy to me. But 2-0 to Rooker. Half swing. Gets called. 2-1 is taken far outside as his slider just sucks. Oh my god, Kopech gets bailed out. 3-2, and we throw a nice curveball. Swings over it. 2 outs now for Kopech in the bottom of the third. Ruiz has not even attempted a steal yet. I'm very shocked. And the 1-0 is half swing. And the 2-0 is hit very hard foul by Seth Brown. 2-1 though to Brown. Fouls that one off as well to even up the count. Ruiz with that 99 speed, 85 steal. I would have expected to at least try 1 or 2. Especially as the leadoff runner, but it is what it is. 2-2, and there he goes. Right on cue. But 2-2 count. Seth Brown watches that one. 3-2, 2 outs, runner on the move, and we get a curveball to fall in there, get the call for a strike. Could have gone either way, being on the edge. Kopech gets out of that 2-2 game, and Colton Wong start us off here in the top of the fourth. Oh, but got the Mets being in the stage that they are. It's been pretty tough to watch as we saw Rogers go down. So with that, gets me back into baseball more, and I'll be doing more episodes of the show and the franchise and everything. As Colton Wong hits it back up the middle, he'll be 2 for 2 on the season. As he's probably somebody I'll look to trade to a contender that just needs a bench piece that hits both sides pretty well from the left side. As Andrew Vaughn glides out of the way of that one. And we are gonna ground this one. And that is gonna be an easy double play for the A's. As doesn't really get much easier than that. And now 2 outs, Sebi Savala steps in. His second at bat, looking for a base hit still. Nice circle change thrown by Blackburn. 0-1 count to Zavala. And that is an awful swing. Swung behind the circle change. But 0-2. Fouled off. Another nice cutter out of Blackburn. Having a slower cutter necessarily might be a lethal pitch. 89, it moves a ton, and it does not look like a slider at all. But a 1-2 now, Sebi. And he hooks that one. Foul. Just early. Let's see if we can get on base. Oh, swung through. But after this game, we'll simulate a couple days. We'll look over the scouting report, see what prospects are looking interesting as we get into our first scouting session. And I'm also going to put a heavy focus on relief pitching this year, because I feel like that's somewhere where we can get a couple arms and develop them, have them come through our system, and we can eventually have a cheap lockdown relief pitcher or two. And then, you know, it would be nice to get a really nice outfield power prospect, or just a power prospect overall. So that's another thing that I'm going to be looking for. I know we have a good amount of power in the lineup now, as Anderson makes that play after Capel lined it at 106. We have a lot of power in the lineup now, but I want power for when we're able to contend in 2028. As we take that one outside for a strike. Another nice pitch, hitting his spots well this inning. Kopech is. The 0-2 to Votto is middle of the zone, fouled off. 69 pitches through 4. We'll probably only be able to get through 5 at most. It looks like he's already kinda tired. But 2-2. Votto hit lines. That one. Sheets reaches on up. All 6-5 of him is useful there. And into the 5th inning for Tim Anderson. 0 for 2 to start his season. 2 groundouts. As Paul Blackburn going into the 5th with 50 pitches. And Tim Anderson will be on the board for his hits. Oh no! Well, got bailed out there. And that, as I did not mean to make that turn, but they throw it out of play. And now we have a runner on 3rd with nobody out. After that error by the second baseman. Top 5 for Evan Carter. Watches 2 straight pitches outside of the zone. Both circle changes. 2-0 though. Trying to drive in the run. Puts it up in the air. Right field, a little shallow. But we are going to test the arm. That is going to be offline. And we are up 3-2 now, after Evan Carter gets his first RBI of the season. Tim Anderson scores for the first time himself. And now Gavin Sheets looks for his 3rd hit in as many at-bats. Blackburn's pitch is right there, and he's smacking that to right field. 3 hits on the day for Gavin Sheets, on pace for over 500. I don't think it's going to happen, but he's just on pace for that. But 1 out now, Jake Berger. One of just the best names in baseball. As he sits back on that, smacks it down the line. As we might get Eder up in the bullpen. See if he can eat some innings. But the 0-1 is popped up, foul, and a nice play is made over in the right field corner. We'll advance the runner. We'll have 2 outs with a man on second after Berger flies out foul.
1 for 2.
And Benintendi with an opportunity to drive in his first run of the season. Already 1 for 2 on the day. As we just get under that. That's popped up to center field. And the play is made by Esteury Ruiz. As we are up to 8 hits on the day. Score the run. Thankful of the error. Unearned run for Paul Blackburn. I think. Ledmus Diaz, home run in his first at-bat. Watches a fastball go by. Does not do that again. As he goes and hits another extra base hit. He starts out with as high of a slug and OPS as you could. As Aledmus Diaz hits a leadoff double. And Kopech is definitely in his final inning of work. We'll see if he even has more than 2 or 3 batters left. As he throws a nice slider there for a strike. As it seems like he is just a very bad glove side slider. And the play is made. And there's a quick out there. And Esteury Ruiz steps up to the plate. 1 hit already on the day. And he pokes that into left. Oh! Or into right. A nice play made by Olivares. And there's going to be 2 outs now after Olivares covers a good amount of ground to make that play. Almost tumbles. Oh, he does tumble on over. As Jace Peterson now steps in, possibly Kopech's last batter. As starts out with a ball in the dirt. Gets the call on a borderline strike. The 1-1 is not even close with the circle change. So that is definitely more his forte. The arm side slider instead of glove side works 10 times better. As it's gonna be a 3-2 game. Edward Olivares will lead us off as well. And Dalton Jeffries will make his major league debut potentially. 6 foot 182, 28 years old, did not pitch last season, has pitched with Oakland all of his career it seems. As we're trying to get Olivares on the hit board, and that is a nice play made by Seth Brown, covering a good amount of ground as well. It's a pitch I definitely should have left out there. As Colton Wong steps in, we'll get Jake Eder in.
11th season, 33 years old, and he was selected to the All-Star game last year.
And Colton Wong smacks that one out to left. Play is made. And there are 2 outs now in the top of the 6th. 3-2. Oh, that one looked like it was right there. But just drops at the last second. A good circle change. The 0-1 is smacked into the right field corner. Not the fastest runner, so might be close at second. The slide, and he is in. There's a double for Andrew Vaughn. Going inside out, hitting it nicely down the line. Seth Brown just not tall enough there to make the play. Zavala with an opportunity to drive in a run here. As Dalton Jeffries is not able to have a clean inning. Ruiz, the throw to home is not in time. There's a 4-2 lead for us. As I paused while I was watching the Mets game, Jeff McNeil just hit a 2-run home run. But the Mets waited until September basically September to play good baseball. It's been crazy. But Tim Anderson steps in for us. 4-2 game. Swings through that fastball. Let me just take the Mets off my screen. It'll just make me wish. As a Mets and Jets fan, it's been tough. But 0-1 to Tim. Watches that one go outside for a ball. Anderson probably should have won the batting title last year. He had an absolutely atrocious month of September. dropped his average by about 20 points and ended up losing it to Jonah Heim. So, would have liked to see that in our back pocket as an accolade, as that one is flared out to right, and that'll drop in. We're going to try to go first to third, and we are going to be safe. As Zavala makes it first to third. It was a very close, as I think Connor Capel threw that in. Well online, just did not get the tag down in time. And now Evan Carter steps on in. Another opportunity to drive in a run for himself. I think I'm going to send Tim Anderson. Ooh. I think I am going to send Tim Anderson here. And if it's a good pitch, I can maybe get a good hit and run. That's going to be inside. And it goes to the backstop. Oh! And we do. Sebi Zavala gets the highlight after just making the base running blunder. As we will bring Jake Eder into the game at a 6.14 in his time last year in the majors. And we'll get one pitch in with him. 91-95 starts out against Brent Rooker. Fouls that one off. A 93-mile-an-hour fastball. As we're just looking for... Oh, and he's greeted with a home run by Brent Rooker as he hangs a changeup. And it's a 4-3 ball game after one batter. As that's hit 400 feet. Seth Brown steps in. And we're just trying to keep it a one-run game now. Damn. Seth Brown fouls that one off. Change-up confidence is probably not too high, but bring it right there. And that's a nice pitch. A 1-2 to Seth Brown. Fouled off. See if we can get a nice jam shot. Does not really get where we wanted. Not even close. That was middle of the plate. Ugh. 2-2 to Seth Brown. Curveball is just not working. That's kind of what frustrates me about 3-pitch mix guys. If you don't really feel like one pitch is working, you're basically just a 2-pitch guy. As Seth Brown just keeps on fighting. Here comes the 10th pitch of the at-bat. That's taken for a ball. 3-2 now. Sometimes this just happens as we are just not able to get a ball in play. 13 pitches now. Here is pitch 13 to Seth Brown. And we win the battle as that is popped to Colton Wong. Going out to right field, makes the play. And Shea Langoliers will now bat.
He stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
That is... Oof. I'm hoping Eder can make it through the 7th inning. Or we'll bring in a true reliever for the next, depending on... Oh, apparently Shea goes on that. That animation makes no sense. As Connor Capel now steps in. And he hits a 400-foot foul ball on a hanging curveball. 0-1, and Jake just doesn't want to hit his spots, I guess. As Connor Capel will get an extra base hit. And that'll be his first hit of the year. Smoked that at 102. Now Joey Votto. All dangerous hitter. Future Hall of Famer in my mind. We start out 2 quick fastballs for 2 quick strikes. 0-2. And that is going to be hit hard. Evan Carter coming in hard. The throw to the plate is not in time. It's a tie ball game. And we are going to be getting Gregory Santos up in the bullpen, as Eder does not seem to have a put away pitch right now. Gets ahead 0-2 once again. Diaz already with a home run today. Home run and a double. Watches that one inside. As Eder is just allergic to putting away guys, it seems. And he hits the corner. Good. Good. 2 runs. It's an even 4-4 ball game. Evan Carter starts it out here. Had an opportunity to drive in a run. Ball got sent to the backstop, and we advanced Sebi Savala to get thrown out at home to end the last inning. So we'll see if we can make up for those lost runs. And that's gonna be foul. Opportunity is not capitalized on, as almost an insane diving play is not made by the left fielder, and it's a 1-1 count. As Evan Carter hits that one hard, just gets right under it. Ruiz makes the play easily. And now Gavin Sheets steps up to the plate. Home run on the day, 3 for 3. As he has a home run, 2 singles. Trying to stay hot with his bat. And he will do just on that, as we get a hanging curveball middle of the zone. He's 4 for 4 on opening day. Good for him. Gavin is, if that can continue, we have something in store. And Jake Berger fouls that one off right down the middle, just was not able to get to it. Don't really have any steal ability with Sheets either. And Berger fouls that one off. Garrett Hampson would come into pinch run in the 8th inning or later in my mind. Because, especially with 1 out, I'm debating on bringing him in. But we'll see after this at bat. As that's fouled off again by Jake Berger. 0-2 still though, after fouling off a couple of pitches. And there's another one fouled off. 5 fouls in a row. 0-2 still. Gavin Sheets waiting on first base to do something. Taken inside, 2-seam, runs in a little bit too much. Trying not to ground into that double play, as that is swung through. A high fastball at 93. And Benintendi steps on in. Jake Fraley, Goldschmidt each home run in the St. Louis versus Cincinnati game.
First offering misses the mark.
Corbin Burns, 7 innings, 4 hits, 10 Ks, 1 run. Good for him. The Rockies put up 4 in their debut so far. But back to us. Benintendi is gonna plop that one into left outfield. Ruiz will come in and make the play. It'll be first and second now, 2 outs. That's a pretty crucial run out there at second base. Edward Olivares with an opportunity.
being on plane. And even when
And he will capitalize as he drives that one to center on a line. Ruiz, the throw in, not in time. And Olivares will advance to second as well, as we have now second and third with 2 outs and a 1-run lead. Everybody's getting out of the dugout, getting hyped, as Olivares sneaks that one by second base up the middle. And now Jorge Alcala will come in. Did not pitch in the MLB last season. And Colton Wong will pop up to the catcher. He had a couple hits on the day already. Is not able to make it a third. And Olivares is able to untie this game. Gregory Santos will come in for us. 2.93 ERA in 52 innings, 52 games last season. But right in we go against Jordan Diaz, 9, top of the order. But trying to have a little bit more control out of a guy. It's definitely what we will be having with these relievers, as we were seeing Kopech just be all over the place. Diaz grounds it to Berger, set down. Ruiz steps in for his 4th at-bat of the night. Takes that one down for a strike at 97. Fouls that one off. But our bullpen is something that I feel very confident in for this season, whether it be to just hold games close or just to not let games get out of hand. I have a lot of trust in there. Jace Peterson 1-1 now. Gonna come with another circle change. Oh my, how does it get there? Oof. And another absolutely atrocious pitch. Don't know what's going on with Greg Santos. It's a nice spot there with the slider. Force a full count. And he sets down Jace Peterson. Into the 8th we go. 5-4 ball game. And we will look. Let's see. We have a righty, lefty, righty. They are weaker against lefties, so we'll have Tyler Matzik come in. We have a lot of lefties in our bullpen, so might look to get rid of one eventually. Couple guys up in the Athletic bullpen: Drew Steckenrider, Sam Long. But Alcala pitch in, swung on over, dirt ball slider. Don't know what I'm doing with that one. And that one is fouled. Should be out of play. Out of range, at least. A 1-2 count now to Andrew Vaughn. Taken outside at 97. The Athletics are a little bit more competent than last season. I didn't really look at what the overall standings were for last year. I know that we had 74 wins, I think. Ruiz comes in, makes the play easily. Sebi Savala will get another at-bat here. I was hoping a lefty reliever would come in, give me an excuse to use some of my bench guys. Wow, Alcala throws one at 99 up in the zone. What am I doing? I should just be leaving that. The 0-2 though is fouled off. First base going over and makes the play. Gotta love the openness of the Coliseum. But 2 outs now, top of the 8th. Sheesh. Alcala is bringing that Overall, the 70 coming from the Twins. Did not pitch at the MLB level last season. Had a good year in 21, as we see. We're trying to just get a base runner here versus him. Here's the 0-1. And that is plunked into right field. Easy play. As we had to tomahawk for that one. And now Tyler Matzik will come in. Somehow didn't pitch at the major league level last season. First pitch very inside to Rooker. As he grounds over that one. Anderson charges. Makes the play. And Rooker's set down. Now Seth Brown here. Watches that one for a strike. Matzik, our Rule 5 pickup. So he is on the MLB roster the whole season. But he's also basically our highest overall reliever too. As Garrett Crochet somehow managed to sign a contract elsewhere. Don't know really how that happened, considering I offered him a contract and he just said no. So, didn't know that was even possible. But now we have Matzik to kind of replace that. We'll try to draft a solid reliever or two this year. But the 1-1 here is a base hit out to right field by Langoliers. Throw in to second base. No play. He went with the pitching well. And now Connor Capel will step in. Watches a slider in for a strike. The 0-1. And that's going to be put into the gap. Evan Carter is not able to track that down. It is going to be a tie game. And Evan Carter also has an erratic throw in. And there's going to be a 5-5 game. Go ahead, run on third. And now Joey Votto of all steps in. Grounds it over. Tim Anderson makes the play. And it's a 5-5 game. Was not really hoping to have an extra inning game. Especially when we're going to be looking at some prospects as well that we want to be looking at. But now Evan Carter steps in. Watches that one. But Gavin Sheets and other lefties in this lineup, will be getting hit for with long in. And oh, what do you mean? Oh, I skipped the replay too. Damn. 1-1. Take it inside. Oh, I skipped the replay. That's so sad. But the 1-1 was inside, and Evan Carter is now on base to start the top of the 9th inning. As we might look to bring in Garrett Hampson to run for him, maybe get a stolen base. But either way, we're bringing in Yon Moncada. Well, yeah, I think we'll bring in a Yon Moncada to hit for Gavin Sheets here. And then we can also 92 speed, ability to hit lefties. I think Garrett Hampson will come in to run. No outs, runner on first. 92 speed on base there with Garrett Hampson. Moncada with the ability to hopefully put the ball in play. As that's hit well, possibly into the gap. And that is, as Moncada will hit a first pitch RBI double. Garrett Hampson will come in to score. 6-5 lead now for the White Sox. as we see our boys going crazy on the side. Moncada, a pinch hit RBI double right there. An absolutely huge knock. And we will look for Aniel De Los Santos to come in for his first save attempt as a Chicago White Sox. But before that, Jake Berger will try to extend the lead here. As that one is popped up to Ruiz in center, we will just force a throw, really. A little bit off the base, but we would have been out anyway. And now Benintendi steps in. Loves clutch opportunities. Does not have an RBI yet in his first game of the season. And that's gonna be flailed and just foul. He had a good pitch to put somewhere. We were just late on it. The 0-1 now to Benintendi from long. And that's gonna be ripped far too hard for a base, for an RBI. But enough for him to get to second base. But now we have Edward Olivares stepping in. And he's going to hit that one well to center field. Ruiz will make the catch, throw it in. The cut is made, and it's a 7-5 ball game as Olivares hits a sac fly to center field. And now Drew Steckenrider will come into the game, try to keep it a 2-run ball game with a runner on third. But Colton Wong is trying to have something to say for that. Already 2 hits on the day for him. And that's fouled off. Pitch that we could have done something with, just didn't get a good PCI. 0-2 now from Steckenrider. Hit up the middle by Wong. The play is made. A nice throw over to first. 2-run lead for the Chicago White Sox as we see Hampson come in to play center field. Aniel De Los Santos in his first opportunity. And we're going to put Berger at first base. And Aledmus Diaz, Jordan Diaz, and Esteury Ruiz to hit for the Athletics. First pitch is fouled off. Slider is outside. Try to work inside a little bit here. A little bit too far in. Aledmus Diaz already has a home run on the day. Ripped one to the left field bleachers. 2-2 pitch here. Fouled off. 2-2 pitch now. And there's a base hit. Tying run to the plate. Not how we wanted to start the inning. Aniel De Los Santos just misses his spot there. Does the same thing once again. 2-0. And that's 3-0 as he does not want to hit a spot. A 3-0 circle change. And here's the 3-1. And that is going to be hit to left. Benintendi comes in a little bit. Makes the play. De Los Santos not showing too well so far. And Esteury Ruiz pops one into left. And that'll drop in for a base hit. As the tying run is now on base. Logan Davidson will pinch run. As they now have very, very good speed on the bases. One out here in the bottom of the 9th. 1-1 is a low pitch. Aniel De Los Santos is anti-strike with his fastball. And that's gonna be a dribbler. Only plays to first. And the tying run is in scoring position. As Aniel, what are you doing? Make a pitch. 0-1 is outside. Shocking. Man. As that one is lifted to right, Olivares goes over, makes the play, and the Chicago White Sox start 2024 1-0. A lot of things to like, a lot of things not to so far through this one game. We've seen some good base running, seen some bad pitching. We'll definitely be making some roster moves in the next month or so, I think, as the season goes. As we see Gavin Sheets start his season perfect with 1,000, a home run, 3 singles, 17 hits on the day for us. And now we can sim a few days, look at the prospects that we have as we start the season 3-0. And we also claim Yanni Trinos off of waivers. So I wanted to use him as our basically lock up our 5-man rotation. Give Eder the opportunity to go back down to AAA, where he probably should be. So that ends up working well. Jordan Holloway, I'll send. Let's see, Jonathan Cannon, I'll send down. Tyler Schweitzer can go to Class A to make it easy. And then we see the pitching rotation become this. We have a veteran-led pitching rotation. If they do well, some teams need pitching help, we can always move some guys. But let's check out some prospects here. As we see, the first couple guys are fielders, which we like. We see Scott Walsh here. He looks like he can be an absolute stud, coming in with an 81 or a 95. So we'll see there. Let's check the outfielders. We see some potential power in the right field. But I'll be choosing some prospects offline, off stream to really dive into. And we'll definitely be taking a look also at relievers. We'll be doing mass scouting on relievers just so we can go with somebody at any time if we don't really know. But we look into this draft so far, we see just trying to get a lay of maybe we can. Looks like the infield position is very light, top 100 wise, so we might look to discover some infield prospects. But Scott Walsh is definitely somebody I'm interested in scouting. Normally these guys never actually are anything close to what their overall says. So, gonna be very interested as we have pick number 8 in the first round. I feel like we can get a very solid player at pick 8 as well. Especially with our signing bonus now being 9.8 million instead of 7 million. We'll be able to go after a couple higher level guys as well. But pitching is always something that's gonna be needed, so we'll be looking into. Wow, we see this might be an all-time pitching class. We see a lot of guys with super high possible overalls, so I'll definitely be looking into that. but gonna keep this as is. But until next time, that'll do for episode, I think, 13 or 14 of the White Sox franchise. Starting off the season 3-0 with a cookie cutter series against the Athletics. It's not really a true show of what we can bring. So we'll see how the first season goes for us. But until next time, like, comment, subscribe, check out the streams, check out the YouTube. But we gone!